Hi, welcome to Debbie's Book Corner. I'm glad that you had a chance to stop in and visit with me today, and I'd like to share some of the great reading that I've done here the last couple weeks with you, so you too could have some great reads coming up here in the next few weeks. A new book that just came out in the last couple of weeks is A Gentleman in Moscow. And this is absolutely a 5-star book. I think it's going to be one that almost all the book clubs out here are going to want to read and enjoy. A Gentleman in Moscow starts out in June of 1922, and Count Alexander finds himself in front of an internal affairs committee in which he's written a poem. And as a result of this poem, he is placed under house arrest in the Hotel Metropole in Moscow. Well, this book is just full of really interesting characters that the Count runs into as he lives in the hotel. The book talks about some of his love affairs that he has and a little girl, Sophia, that he raises as his own daughter. The book takes a lot of twists and turns. I don't want to spoil your read because there's a lot of surprises at the end of this book, but it's something I'm sure you're going to enjoy, and it's a new release that's just out here in the month of September. Another new book that recently came out is called The Couple Next Door. You absolutely don't know what kind of people may live next door to you. Or for that matter, what kind of secrets your family may not be sharing with you. The book starts out with a young couple whose babysitter cancels out at the last minute. Well, they still decide to go to their neighbors for a party, but they check every 30 minutes on their young child that's left at home. Well, at the end of the party, they go home, and the absolutely most horrendous thing has happened. It's a good mystery thriller. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns to the end, and this absolutely was a book that I wasn't able to put down from start to finish, The Couple Next Door. Service Tales by Ace Collins is a very warming and heartfelt book. It's a collection of stories about individuals with disabilities and the service dogs that serve those individuals. It's something for all of us who just enjoy a good human down-to-heart story. If you love dogs, if you like to volunteer, this is going to be a great, fun read. The Perfect Horse by Elizabeth Letts. She's written another great novel involving horses. For those of you who like history or you're just plain a horse lover, this is going to be a fun book for you. The setting is World War II in Europe, and the book talks about some of the purebred Lipizans and Arabians and what the handlers and different officers on both sides of the armies had to go through to try and save some of these world championship bloodlines. You know, there's very little written about the role that horses played in the different wars over time, all the lives of some of these horses that have been lost. So it's a good history reference. You know, we've all heard about the Lipizans, the Vienna riding stable, a good history read that you're going to be sure to enjoy. Aging Backwards. Now, this is a book that's been out for a couple years already, but I wanted, with fall coming up, winter coming up, you know, we all become a little less active. We spend a lot of time sitting at our desks, working on computers, and Miranda Esmonde-White has done a very good job of writing a book that's going to tell us a little bit more about proper nutrition and how to do some classical stretching. You know, if you're like me, I have some neck and shoulder problems, a little bit stiff there. Maybe you have some lower back problems, but this book is going to help you, get some good full body stretches in to help alleviate some of that pain. Now, I took it one step further, and I also bought a couple of her DVDs, and I enjoy working out to some of her classical stretching and having Miranda talk me through how to do some of the exercises properly. So if you want to get back into shape here coming up in this fall, this is a great read, a great way to get physical again. "2016 is an election year. And hey, if you're watching TV at all, or if you're on the internet, you can't help but see different articles about Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. And I want to make sure that we all get out and vote here this fall. I've read a number of books about Hillary or the Donald, and this is the first book in Trump We Trust that I felt that there was kind of like two sides of the story has been presented. There's a lot of negative press about Mr. Trump, but Anne has gone in and talked about both sides of the story, some of the things that are behind the situations that have caused some of that negative press to be published. So let's all become a little bit more informed and each pick up a book about each of the candidates and read this fall before we go out and vote. Eating Royally. This was absolutely a really fun book. Darren, for 14 years, was a personal chef to Princess Diana and the House of Windsor. And he talks about his interaction with the family of Windsor. He has a number of photos about his life with the family, the different castles that he cooked in, how he became a chef and a chef for the royal family. And some of my favorite part is he has 100 recipes that he served the royal family. Whether you're looking at shepherd's pie, beef Wellington, or my absolutely favorite was chocolate perfection pie. Your family too can eat royally, and this is going to be a fun book for you to pick up and read and cook from. The last book I want to end with this month is Most Wanted. Lisa has written a number of mystery thrillers, about 28 novels to date. And this is going to be just a fun book that's going to keep you on suspense to the final twist that she takes at the end of the book. This is about a young couple who want to become pregnant, but they're having difficulties. So they decide to use a donor. A few weeks after she becomes pregnant, in the newspaper they become aware of the fact that the donor is a possible murder suspect. And what would you do? Most Wanted is a good mystery suspense. So those are my choices here that I've read in the last couple weeks. I hope you also get a good read out of some of these books. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video. There's numbers of new books that have come out here in September and October, and there's a lot of good things to pick from.